Welcome aboard Building SHÉ Go. It's nice to see you here today, folks. If you're new here, my name is Rick, and with my wife Lori, we're building a 31.5-foot diesel trawler in our backyard. If you're a returning guest, you know what's going on, and this video is going to carry on where the last one left off, and I'm going to install those very nice cherry panels on the forward bulkheads of the main cabin. I'm using PL polyurethane adhesive to affix these panels to the bulkhead. In this particular one, I had no idea what I was doing, and I think I used a little too much because the tube was empty by the time I got done. And it's going to stick, and it's not going to come off. I intentionally made these panels a little bit big, knowing that I would trim them off later. That seemed to work pretty good on the first one, but when we get to the second panel, I kind of messed up a bit. But anyways, it's not something that I can't fix or can't hide. If the big gobs of glue weren't enough, I'm putting some stainless steel staples around the perimeter, and I'll be able to hide these later with trim. The next challenge was to try and get some even pressure across the center of the panel where I can't staple it. So I made up this little square frame, and I'm going to brace it against whatever I can to put pressure on the panel, and hopefully it will come out nice and evenly glued and stuck and all that good stuff. Some of the more observant of you will notice that I've put some cloth on this frame, and that cloth was intended to go against the panel so I didn't scratch it. And I didn't even notice that I put this thing on backwards until I was in the process of taking it off, because I'm an idiot. I apologize for having my back to you in a lot of these shots, most of them actually. Couldn't figure out a really good camera angle that was going to capture everything that was going on. My plan was to get 6 or 8 of these braces on that frame, and I got close. It just became a little awkward and a little too cumbersome, and I ran out of places to put these braces, but in the end it worked out okay. As is normal on this project, I'm doing things out of order. I wasn't actually going to put the dash panels on until the bulkhead panels had been fixed and cured and I could take the bracing away, but I kind of got bored and I thought, what the hell, I'll just loop it on here and we'll see how it goes. So just like the large panels, the small panels on the dash are being stapled down around the perimeter, and these staples will eventually be covered by some trim molding and all that other good stuff. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this cordless caulking gun. Um, in some instances, it's great. I don't get cramps in my hands. I have problems with my hands, and this sort of alleviates that, but it's kind of awkward. It's a little hard to control. The templates I made for these small dash panels turned out really well. It got me really, really close. And I didn't have to do a whole lot of trimming. There'll be a bit once they're cured and in place, but otherwise I think my templating is getting better. I'm just going to add some weight to the top. I probably don't need it, but maybe it's a little insurance. And that's about 30 pounds of lead. The polyurethane adhesive cures in about 3 hours at the temperatures that I'm working, and this is the next day, so I'm pretty sure that these are stuck on permanently. At least I hope they are. This was sort of a mini milestone when you get to pull the frames off and see the product of your labors, and I'm pretty impressed. I mean, these aren't exactly 100% perfect. I'm not a carpenter by any stretch of the imagination, but it was extremely rewarding. So the port side was exactly the same process as the starboard, so I used a little less glue, but other than that, it's exactly the same, so I'll just let it run and hope you enjoy it. So one of the old timers that I worked with at Coast Guard reminded me when I was doing this, make sure you cover it with paper. And yeah, that's you, Mike. You know I'm talking about you. Anyways, I appreciate your input, brother, but I was already on it. I'm a little thick in the head sometimes, but all through this project I've noticed that when I've done something and gone ahead and not protected it, it ends up getting screwed up pretty bad. And I guess this was my first time I've really taken any efforts to protect my work. That's it, big boy. Now you're thinking. You do your best work when you're sitting on your ass. I think it's safe to say, and you'll realize that I'm not the go-to person in this household to do all the Christmas present wrapping. Oh, that was funny. As I was editing this content, I become really frustrated with the audio, and I really have to crank up the volume to get any audio out of these cameras. So I made the decision to buy a new camera, and we're going to switch over and do something a little different at the end of this video. One morning I just decided I was going to start to assemble the helm console. I didn't put any thought into it. I didn't prepare the cameras. I didn't shoot any video. So here's a little slideshow of what it pretty much looks like right now. And we're going to just let this run off, and you'll see of what it's shaping up to be. So from Lori and I and the furry overlords that allow us to live in their house, we'd like to say thank you for looking in and sticking with us. And we hope you're all well, happy, and safe. Cheers.